Imagine sitting in your house on a mild fall day in New Jersey. The leaves are changing, and the weather will soon bring in the bitter cold, chilling you to the bone as it always has. The wind is picking up, bringing along with it a flutter of leaves and carrying the laughter of children as they go from door to door for candy. Halloween is upon you, and the kids can't help but be excited about their bags filled to the brim with Jolly Ranchers, Snickers, Hershey bars, and whatever else the adults decided to pony up. The blinds are drawn for the night, and the kids are finally in bed after you let them eat some candy and run for a little bit in the living room in their new costumes, of course. Your wife or husband went to bed hours ago, and now there's only you. It's late, and you figure it would be best to follow in your family's footsteps. But before you head to your bedroom, you hear something smash and a shriek from the kids' room. You dash to the door, slamming it off the hinges. Inside, the window is hanging from its frame, swaying like a pendulum, broken glass littering the floor. The second-born is crying as if a demon had come for them, and the other child is nowhere to be seen. You go to the remainder of your children, and he says through heavy breathing and weeping that something got him. Something got his brother and flew off out the window. After he stops speaking, only to follow up with a heart-wrenching wail, you hear footsteps on your roof. But not exactly footsteps, more like rocks slamming into each other. Or perhaps hooves trotting on wood. Looking out the window, you feel a whoosh pass over you as you stare at the stars. The horrifying figure of a goat with small arms and large bat wings comes into view. Dread fills your very being as it glides off towards the bright moon leading into the Pine Barrens. However, before leaving sight, the monster released a screech into the night, waking all those who had gone to bed. And it's only you and your son, your only son, that knows where that sound resonated from. What you just witnessed is something called the Jersey Devil. The Jersey Devil is a creature said to inhabit the Pine Barrens in southern New Jersey, a land thick with wildlife, berry, bramble, oak, and pine. A place comparable to the location of the Evil Dead and Cabin Fever movies. How this monster came about is said to have occurred somewhere in the 1700s with the Leeds family. The mother, simply known as Mother Leeds, had 12 children, but upon realizing she was pregnant with her 13th, she cursed the child, saying he would be the devil. With his birth, the child was normal, but it changed shortly after into something else with hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tongue. The beast, her child, then killed her, tearing her to pieces as the midwives watched in terror. It then went along killing most of the midwives as well as the father and the other 12 children, who were his brothers and sisters. Sightings of the beast can stretch far, with people like Joseph Bonaparte, elder brother to Napoleon Bonaparte, who reportedly saw the beast flying over Bordentown, New Jersey, when he was hunting. But it didn't take the form it has today until 1909, when a newspaper started printing widespread reports of a beast bearing down on people in trolley cars and police officers firing on a monster with no effect. The reports went as far as South Jersey and even to Delaware. The writings put so much fear into the hearts and minds of the people that some schools and workplaces were shut down. Bounty hunters roamed the forests of the Pine Barrens in search of the devil, and even a bounty was said to have been put up for a $10,000 reward. However, in light of all this, it is said that the beginnings of the Jersey Devil started with a man named Daniel Leeds, who resided in the Pine Barrens, publishing almanacs, but became infatuated with Christian mysticism, demonology, and natural magic. He had a rivalry with Benjamin Franklin over these almanacs that was so fierce that it followed over into Daniel's son, Titan Leeds' life, when he took over the publishing business. It was during this time that Benjamin Franklin mocked Titan for using astrology in his almanac just as his father had done, and used this astrology to predict Titan's death. Titan took offense to these predictions, responding that Franklin was a fool and a liar. To poke fun even more, Franklin published a response saying that the continued publication of the Leeds Almanac must be written by a ghost, a resurrected Titan Leeds to haunt and torment Franklin. Eventually, it was said that an actual beast did indeed roam the Pine Barrens land, which sprung from the idea that the ghost of Titan Leeds was there. A myth, yes, but a legend. It's stories like these that make a life a little bit more interesting and worthwhile. That's why they spread so fast and are absorbed so quickly, because it's beyond the mundane. It's not what's in front of us that makes us want to explore, but what hides behind the corner. And no matter how terrifying it can be, we always want to see what lurks inside the dark, abandoned building miles from civilization. Nor will it stop us from wanting to know what those abnormal screeches came from inside the thick forest off the edge of town.